the firebrand herself in the house, the president of the Chicago Teachers Union, Stacy Davis Gates. Sis, how you doing?
Not as good as you are. Not as great as you demonstrate courage under fire, strength under fire, focus under fire, all of the things that black women do. We saw in that clip embodied by you. Thank you for showing the world how powerful we are.
Thank you, because in that exchange with the president, I was asking, what are you going to do in Memphis? But a question that I want to ask is, or say, get your hands off Chicago.
Yes.
What are you going to do? What is your intention in Chicago? Give us a picture, because this is your second term.
Yes.
You've been in this fight. You've been challenging the left and the right, just everybody, because it's about protecting our people.
That's right.
What is that fight right now? Give us a picture of what Americans don't know that's happening.
Well, what is happening in Chicago is what we like to call a third Reconstruction.
Come on.
And that we have a black mayor who was elected by the people. Mayor Brandon Johnson comes out of movement. He comes out of labor, he comes out of community, and he comes out of a classroom. And so we have a mayor who understands very specifically what government needs to do to invest in, to help, to support, to build force fields around people. And so with our president targeting Chicago, we have had the fortune of an infrastructure of fighters who are well organized, who trust each other, who are willing to sacrifice to protect people. And so we are putting the demonstration of organizing on full display, from the leadership to the families to the children. My union has bargained both sanctuary in our contract, where we are going to respect the sovereignty of our immigrant colleagues and our students and their families, but we're also going to enshrine Black history and make sure that teachers can continue to teach the truth. As a history teacher, I think it's very important in this moment for us to create the basis under which we debate facts.
Can we say that again?
The basis where we debate facts, not what people get to make up. And in doing so, we are reconstructing libraries in Chicago. So instead of throwing books out like they are in Florida, we are rebuilding libraries in elementary schools all across the city.
Woo. And I am sure that because of that, the fight is real. And we're seeing federal dollars being removed from this, because when they can't get you to you directly, they try to remove everything around you.
Yes.
What is it that you want? What is it that you need, I will say, in this hour? One thing I love about Black media, Black outlets, is because we keep your name in our mouth and keep the truth forward. What is it that you need in this hour?
Well, interesting you say Black media and Chicago. Robert Abbott, the founder of the Chicago Defender, he is responsible for helping to found that Black metropolis in Chicago. But he did it with workers, Pullman porters, Black men who went from Chicago to Sunflower County, Mississippi, telling people who at that point were suffering under fascism that it was possible for them to be safer, that it was possible for them to do work with dignity, that it was possible to do it in a place with their cousins, with their brothers, with their sisters. And so we're in a moment again where Black media has to create the opportunity for Black folks to understand how we protect each other, how we debate facts and only facts, and how we create the basis under which we demonstrate the leadership we have already. I am the fourth Black woman to lead the Chicago Teachers Union. Mayor Johnson is the third Black mayor in Chicago. This is by no coincidence. This is about the coalition work that is going on, and it's still a very hyper-segregated city. But we are ready because we know what's possible. From the Pullman porters and Robert Abbott, right, to King coming to North Lawndale, to, Mayor Washington, to Senator Carol Mosley Braun, right, Fred Hampton, and the legacy of the Black Panthers.
Yes.
You don't want to mess with Chicago.
Say that
You
again.
do not want to mess with Chicago. Chicago has a very clear, pronounced history of resisting encroachments by outside forces that don't seek to edify us or our people.
Where does that fire come for you? Give us a small glimpse into your story that keeps that, because there's some people who feel that same way and want to protect their own cities, and they're trying to figure out how to find their voice, keep their voice, protect their voice.
Yes.
For you, what is that?
It's practice. Listen, in Chicago, we've been fighting to protect housing and affordability. In Chicago, we've already been fighting to protect public schools and accessibility, especially for Black children. When Rahm Emanuel closed 50 schools in Chicago in 2013, it was a clarion call to everyone in the city that if you can't protect the least of these, then we don't have a snowball's chance in hell to protect our communities. And so from 2013 to where we are now, there has been a great deal of effort put into building coalition, put into labor unions like mine to negotiate not just for wages and benefits, but to negotiate to put a force field around our school district in the name of Trump. Right now, he is threatening to withhold tens of millions of dollars because we dare to implement a Black student success plan in Chicago, where they had Willis wagons, where it has been segregated since its inception, where we have closed hundreds of their schools. Finally, we have a mayor who says we're going to invest in people, and importantly, we're going to invest in Black children. And then you see this guy say, well, we're going to keep the money here in Washington. So resistance does provoke bullies. And also, as you're seeing, you do not let a bully just run up and hit you, you fight back.
Woo. The theme of this conference is made for the moment: power, policy, and progress. In 10 seconds, 15 seconds, for others who are in unions, what would you say it is? Speak to them on the power that they have, because we're still fighting for unions at this time.
Workers are the single most powerful, multi-generational, multiracial, multi-gender. We have they, them, we have him, her. We have everyone in a union. If you can't tell me a more unified force in this country right now, it's labor. And labor has to be called in this moment to lead very boldly. Listen, it was our ancestors who shut down the Civil War and reconnected these United States of America when we walked off of plantations. And we walked off of plantations in coalition with white and Black abolitionists. We walked off plantations, and then we get an expansion of democracy. The 13th, the 14th, the 15th Amendments. We get the Freedmen's Bureau, which gives you the first DEI program. You get the Freedmen's Bureau that begets the Departments of Justice, Housing, and Education. Look, when Black people are united as workers with other people, we don't just create, we expand. We don't just expand, we protect. And we are in this moment, so workers everywhere, especially Black workers, have to take their legacy and be very clear about their leadership and push their unions into action. Because when it comes down to it, if workers don't draw a line in the sand, this man will go around unabated. So call labor in.
That's the whole word. Thank you, sis, for the work that you do. Thank you so much, Stacy Davis Gates, Chicago Teachers Union. I told you she was nothing but fire. That's all I'm saying. But thank you.
Thank you.
The best in what you do.
For sure.